Welding torch flares on the open deck. Then gray hull appears threes me out, bearing directly toward them. May 14th, 2025. 1418 music hours. Philippine Sea, 140 nautical miles east of Luzon. USS Lake Champlain, Ticonderoga-class cruiser, dead in the water, 6 hours stationary. Main propulsion offline. Engineering team exposed on weather deck replacing failed seawater cooling pump. Sparks cascade from welding work. Metal glows orange. Technicians crouch over disassembled machinery. Pump housing open. Internal components scattered across deck. Work proceeding against timeline. 90 minutes remaining. Music. Maybe less if everything goes right. Then the destroyer emerges from afternoon haze. Type 052D. Gray hull cutting through moderate swells. Bow pointed at the disabled cruiser's position. Speed estimated 30 knots. Chinese pennant 174. High Fei. The PLN vessel materializes through distant shimmer. Not patrol route. Not transit bearing. Direct music approach. High Fei. Maintains intercept bearing. No course change. No slowing. Music. Just gray steel eating distance toward the stationary American ship. Repair work continues. Welding torch still flaring. Engineering team focused on machinery rather than horizon. The cruiser radios warning. Music requests Chinese vessel maintain safe distance during repair operations. Professional tone, standard protocol, response, silence. The warship continues approach without deviation. Bow wave building, range shrinking. 3M becomes 2. The gap collapses steadily while engineering crew works. Pump assembly, unable to secure equipment quickly. Machinery partially disassembled. Cooling system exposed. Bolts removed. Ship vulnerable. Music immobile. Held in position by mechanical failure rather than choice. Pump replacement timeline unchanged. Another 90 minutes minimum. No shortcuts available. Cooling system requires music, complete installation, proper. Torque sequences, pressure testing. Cannot rush critical machinery. Cannot cut corners on propulsion systems. Repair personnel glance toward music approaching destroyer. Concern visible, but work continues. Technicians knowing music, the cruiser cannot maneuver, knowing they're exposed, knowing schedule cannot change regardless music of gray hull bearing down. Welding continues, bolts turn, assembly proceeds, 2 miles becomes 1. High Fei now clearly visible, gray paint hall number. Music bow wave spreading white, still maintaining direct bearing. Still approaching music at speed, morning sun reflects off metal, swells breaking against destroyer's bow, distance evaporating. Music engineering team works faster, not panic. Professionalism under music pressure, hands moving efficiently, tools passing between technicians, heavy pump components lifting into position, hydraulic lines connecting, electrical cables routing, methodical despite approaching threat. The disabled vessel remains stationary. Auxiliary thrusters only means of position control, insufficient for evasion maneuvers. 10,000 tons held in place by dead machinery. Main engines cold, propulsion offline 9. No movement possible, no escape available. Half a mile becomes quarter mile. Close enough now to see details on Chinese destroyer. Close enough to read hull markings. Close enough to distinguish individual features. Gray warship cutting through Philippine Sea. Bow wave maximum. Speed unchanged. Bearing music direct. Lake Champlain issues second warning, more urgent this time. Requests immediate course change. Cites international maritime safety regulations. Professional language masking concern. Response continued silence. Continued approach. Gray hull still bearing down. Repair work reaches critical phase. Pump housing nearly secured. Bolts partially tightened. Connections made but not tested. Engineering team working against. Twin pressures. Mechanical requirements and approaching warship, neither yielding music to urgency. Half-mile distance holding momentarily, then shrinking music again. The destroyer maintains speed and bearing. Morning light catching gray paint. Music, water churning under bow. Wake trailing white. Threat becoming tangible. Proximity becoming dangerous. The destroyer reaches half-mile distance, then turns hard to port. Music. Gray hull carving turn that will pass dangerously close to the stationary cruiser. High Fei executes high-speed pass along the cruiser's port side, maintaining 30 knots. Gray hull slicing past the immobile Music American ship, creating massive bow wave that rolls toward USS Music Lake Champlain like liquid wall. Engineering team scrambles, welding torch dropped, clattering across deck. Tools abandoned, personnel grabbing rails, securing themselves, watching 3M'd wave approach. Unable to secure equipment. No time. Just seconds. First wake surge hits cruiser's port side. The wave strikes, massive water displacement, rolling the disabled ship violently despite 10,000-ton displacement. Music, deck tilts, starboard rail rises, port side dips, gravity shifts sideways, repair equipment slides, pump components moving across tilted deck, heavy machinery shifting, partially secured assembly straining against incomplete bolts, engineering team holding rails watching work slide away, unable to stop physics, close enough to read High Fei's whole number within 50 menor. Gray paint showing weathering, rust streaks visible near waterline, individual music portholes distinguishable, the destroyer's wake spreading white across calm sea, water displacement enormous at high speed, partially secured pump assembly shifts again, bolts not fully tightened, heavy machinery moving on deck, grinding music against mounting brackets, hydraulic lines pulling taut. Engineering team music struggles to maintain footing, deck caned, 15 degrees, tools scattering, loose equipment cascades, wrenches sliding, measuring instruments tumbling, welding cables tangling as the cruiser continues rolling from wake impact. 6 hours of work undone, components separating, assembly coming apart, repair progress erasing. High Fay completes turn ahead of disabled vessel. Gray stern visible as the PLN ship begins wide arc preparing for return pass opposite direction. Starboard side this time. Destroyer maintaining aggressive speed, no slowing, no mercy for a mobile target. Cruiser recovering from initial wake, rolling subsiding, deck returning toward horizontal. Engineering team releases rails, moves toward scattered equipment, trying to secure machinery before second pass. Not enough time. Never enough time. Gray warship lines up second run, bearing down from opposite quarter. Same speed, same aggressive geometry creating matching conditions from starboard beam. Physics guarantees matching results. Wake builds behind the destroyer's bow. Second high-speed pass. He, racing along starboard side, maintaining 30 knots. Bow waves spreading. Wake surge approaching from opposite direction. Engineering crew braces again, holding rails, watching second wave arrive, helpless against momentum. Starboard wake hits 3-meter surge, striking cruiser's opposite beam. Ship rolls port this time. Reverse direction compounding previous motion. Deck tilting, equipment sliding back across work area. Pump assembly straining, music against brackets from new angle, both directions in sequence. Port then starboard, 10,000-ton ship rolling like toy. Engineering team holding position while machinery threatens to break completely loose. Main propulsion still offline, unable to maneuver, unable to counter, just absorbing punishment. Hydraulic lines stretch, electrical cables pull. Mounting brackets bend under stress. Pump assembly shifts again, moving closer to rail edge. Heavy components sliding despite efforts to secure. Metal grinding, bolts loosening further. Assembly integrity failing. Wake lance continues. Residual waves rocking. Music. The disabled cruiser. Swells from high-speed passes combining. Water music displacement creating sustained rolling motion. Deck never level. Engineering crew never stable. Equipment never secured. Hay maintains position ahead. Gray hull visible against horizon. Speed reduced but still present. Destroyer holding distance. Watching music results, observing disabled American cruiser struggle with broken machinery. Not leaving, just waiting. Then second Chinese destroyer appears from music southwest. Type 052D Xiamen, hull number 154. Similar class to Hay, same gray paint, approaching at moderate speed, 20 knots. Bow wave, smaller but music still visible. Fresh. Vessel, full capability. New presence in contested music water. Both PLN vessels position themselves strategically. Hefei to north, Xiamen to south, creating bracket around disabled cruiser. Opposite sides, symmetrical placement. American ship centered between gray warships, unable to drift either direction without entering observation zones. Cruiser attempts emergency repairs. Engineering team inventories backup equipment, searching for alternative solutions, but timeline extends dramatically. 6 hours minimum now, maybe more. Pump replacement requires shipyard-level work. Field repairs insufficient for damage sustained. Nearest U.S. support remains distant. Music carrier Ronald Reagan over 12 hours away at current position. Destroyer John S. McCain 8 hours out. Disabled cruiser isolated. Minimal immediate backup available. Chinese vessels present and watching. Music Americans absent and approaching slowly. Lake Champlain held in position, not by choice, by mechanical reality. 2 Chinese destroyers maintaining surveillance positions. American ship unable to maneuver. PLN vessels not attacking, not departing, just music present, just watching. Standoff frozen by machinery failure. Engineering assessment grows grimmer. Music replacement pump destroyed beyond field capability. Hydraulic housing requires welding. Mounting points need fabrication. Electrical systems need complete rewiring. Work impossible at sea. Requires dry dock. Requires facilities unavailable. Music in the Philippine Sea. Tactical stalemate develops. Music disabled cruisers surrounded by functional destroyers. Engineering team working with inadequate resources. Chinese vessels maintaining positions on both flanks. Morning becoming afternoon. Situation unchanged. Music resolution distant. Xiamen adjusts position slightly. Moving closer. 700 meters now. Maintaining southern bracket while Hefei holds. North. Gray warships controlling surrounding water. Disabled American cruiser trapped in center. Mechanical failure creating strategic vulnerability. Power immediately. Engineering team begins inventory of backup options, searching ship stores, looking for alternative pumps, compatible components, temporary solutions, anything allowing mobility restoration, progress slow, options limited. Chinese vessels music, watching every moment. Both destroyers maintain ready posture, engines running, positions stable, neither aggressive nor withdrawing. Just present, just observing disabled American cruisers struggle with machinery that won't cooperate. Professional surveillance, music, patient, waiting. Hefei begins another wide turn to port. 30-knot speed resuming. Bow wave, music building as the destroyer lines up for third pass at the immobile cruiser.